This afternoon, there are 2 bushfire emergency warnings in the southwest of the state. People in the warning area of these emergency warning areas are in danger and need to put their bushfire plan into action immediately. The first bushfire emergency warning is in place for people in the Leeuwin-Naturaliste National Park, south of Redgate Road, west of Bustle Highway, then Vlam Road and Caves Road, and north of Reserve Road in the Shire of Augusta Margaret River. The second bushfire emergency warning is in place for people near Quininup Road in the city of Busselton. The fire in the Leeuwin-Naturaliste National Park is moving fast in multiple directions. It is uncontrolled and uncontained. More than 3,200 hectares has been burnt so far. The situation in this area is extremely serious. A number of properties are under threat on or about Caves Road. The safest option for people in this area is always to leave early. Don't wait until the last minute. Strong winds, cave systems and access for machinery are making it incredibly difficult to control the bushfires, and people need to listen to the warnings that have been placed. We currently have more than 100 volunteer and career firefighters on the scene in the southwest region, as well as from the southwest region. I'll say that bit again. We currently have more than 100 volunteer career firefighters on scene. They are from the southwest region, as well as support from the Perth metropolitan area, the Midwest Gascoyne and the Goldfields Midlands. We have several aircraft working to support ground crews at both incidents, including a large air tanker which is supporting crews in Margaret River. We have a second large air tanker on the way from New South Wales that is expected to arrive this afternoon. Weather conditions are expected to remain difficult today and the community must stay alert. However, we are hoping the conditions will improve in the next 24 hours. Obviously, the safety of the community is our highest priority and we are doing everything possible to get this fire under control. For the latest information, please go to Emergency WA, DFES social media, 13DFES and ABC emergency broadcasts. I can also advise that a community meeting for the Leeuwin-Naturaliste National Park fire will be held at the Margaret River Heart, 47 Wallcliffe Road, Margaret River, at 6 o'clock this evening. I'll take any questions.
Commissioner, there's some talk about maybe the wind shifting tonight, perhaps maybe the Margaret River town site being potentially under threat?
Yeah, so the weather conditions we're experiencing today is the passage of the trough, and that's moving from west to east, which is a normal summer pattern. Really hot conditions on the eastern side of the trough and cooler conditions on the western side. As that trough passes through the area, the wind will move from a north-northeast direction around to northwest and then west and then southwest into a normal sea breeze. And so we're going to see the passage of that, and I understand that's only just recently started in terms of the passage of that trough, and we'll see that progress over the next 10 or 12 hours.
So Margaret River, the actual town itself, is potentially threatened by this place?
Look, we're particularly concerned about properties on the eastern side of Caves Road, but a lot of it's got to do with the timing of the passage of the trough through the area.
Any idea of the cause?
No, the cause is undetermined at this stage. It is normal business for DFES with the assistance of the police to establish cause and origin of fires, whether they be a structure fire or bushfire, and that work will be undertaken. In terms of where exactly that's at, I'm not sure.
We're hearing reports from locals that they've heard maybe from a tourist car. Can you shed any light on that?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Is there any, I guess, connection from Jordan Marshall, the missing man in the fire? Missing and his car hasn't been found?
No, I'm not aware of any connection to the gentleman that you mentioned. No.
If someone was missing though in the area, which police said they are, is it a concern to DFES that somebody's basically unaccounted for in an area where you've got two pretty unpredictable fires?
Yeah, look, clearly our first priority always is the preservation of life, and so we'll undertake those investigations as we go forward. But I do want to be very clear that there is no indication at this point in time that this has been a deliberately lit fire, or indeed that anybody's missing.
Coming into fire season, though, although there's no indication that this fire may be caused by arson, do you have a message to any people who would ever consider lighting a fire, especially with the temperatures we've seen this week?
Yeah, look, the penalties are really severe, and we're seeing the effects on the community down in the southwest of these fires. And I think this is the message to people, to make sure that they understand that their actions will have impacts on other people in the community. We put total fire bans on for a reason. There have been particularly difficult conditions the last day and a half, and will continue for the rest of today. So, we want people to make sure that they're careful. That they're not lighting fires when they shouldn't be lighting fires, but also understanding if there's malicious intent there, then the full force of the law will be brought against them.
Commissioner, just wanted to clarify that you sort of said that there's no evidence to suggest that the fires have been deliberately lit or that anyone's missing. Does that mean that the alert that's gone out suggests that police are looking for this bloke but he's not missing? Is that what you...
Yeah, look, I'm unable to comment on any sort of police activity. I can't really add anything to that, Joey.
Okay, but as far as you're aware, DFES have not been advised there's anyone missing in that area?
No.
Commissioner, you mentioned a number of properties that you're very concerned about. Can you give us a number of properties that you think are directly under threat from these two fires?
Well, once again, it depends very much on the passage of that trough. People, I think, as a blanket message from me, a really clear message from me, is that people that are on the eastern side of Cave Road, where the fire is, they need to be enacting their bushfire plan now. It's absolutely critical. Don't leave it till the last minute to put your plan in action. There's some information there on Emergency WA in terms of safe travel of routes out of the area, and people should be reading that and putting their plan into action now.
You spoke about access and cave systems. Can you talk us through what sort of terrain is out there that crews are facing?
Yeah, particularly difficult conditions for the firefighters yesterday. There is quite an extensive cave system through the area, Mammoth Caves, I believe it's called, and that meant that we were unable to, in some instances, get access for the firefighters and the trucks, and in other instances unable to put machinery into those areas because of the caves and the dangers associated with that. And so, for a large part of yesterday, a lot of reliance was placed on aircraft to try and control the fire without having that really important assistance of both the earth-moving equipment and the firefighters on the ground to assist.
Are the Yallingup and Margaret River fire connected?
No.
Or they started separately from separate incidents?
Correct. The fire up near Yallingup at Quininup Road, I understand started from a structure fire, so it was actually a house on fire, and then it spread into the national park up there.
I know you said there's no indication that it was a deliberately lit fire, but was Strikeforce Falcon officers being dispatched today down there? Is that just standard practice for fire of this size?
Yeah, I would expect so as part of their response during the bushfire season. That's clearly what Strikeforce Falcon is about. So, people shouldn't. I don't think people should be reading anything unusual into that. That is part of normal business during the bushfire season. Yes.
There's been talk,
Yeah.
there's been talk of quite high fuel loads in these areas. Is this an indication of the fire season we have to come?
Look at the mitigation activity that's been undertaken by DVCA and local governments and DFES and others, private landowners as well, over the course of the winter and spring period has been really beneficial. Often fires start in particular areas, and it depends whether mitigation's been able to be undertaken in those particular areas. So some particular challenges with fuel. With the age of the fuel in this particular fire, but not the only challenge. I spoke about the challenges of the cave system and the ability to get earth-moving machinery in there. So, we're looking to try and shape these fires into areas of low fuel so that we can bring them under control.
Is there any idea, Commissioner, how many homes might actually be under sort of threat this evening?
No, I don't have that detail on me at the moment, Joey. No.
Has anyone been injured so far, any firefighters, and have any homes been lost yet?
No. In relation to the first fire with that started in a structure, I believe there's been some damage there. But in terms of the fire down in the national park, I'm not aware of any damage to any structures or injuries to firefighters at this point in time.
So no loss of life at this stage.
Yep.
At all.
No.
Just to be clear, I mean this sounds like it's actually a dangerous fire. I think there's maybe some misconception amongst some members of the public looking online that it's Margaret River, it's pretty built up, it should be safe.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying, people need to take this very seriously.
This is a significant fire. Let's make no mistake about that, and it is serious to the extent that people that live in and around Caves Road, where the fire is, certainly east of Caves Road, they need to be enacting their bushfire plan right now. They need to be accessing Emergency WA, getting the information they need about the safe routes of travel out of the area. There is an evacuation centre that's been set up in Margaret River that people can access, and as I mentioned, there's a community meeting at 47 Warcliffe Road there at 6 p.m. tonight.
And the timing of that meeting, which is that significant at all, is that sort of got anything to do with sort of knowing what the conditions might be, like it's saying?
Yeah, look, I think as the day goes on, we'll have a better understanding about the passage of the trough and the direction of the wind. It is a particularly difficult weather system. You know, this period in the weather for fire and emergency services. The passage of a trough always brings with it, you know, fluky winds from different directions very quickly, quite strong winds, and that is particularly challenging in these sorts of bushfires.
What advice would you give to anyone who has holiday plans for the Margaret River region this weekend?
They certainly need to be accessing Emergency WA and making sure they're keeping abreast of the situation down there. I think my initial advice right now is they should be reconsidering those plans. All right. Thank you.